So let's get into our waiver wire additions. We have Tyler Boyd, number 1 on my list because of the injury to my boy Jamar Chase. That's unfortunate that he's going to be out for a couple weeks. And Tyler Boyd is a veteran. He knows how to get the job done. He's a no nonsense kind of player. I kind of compare him to Gus Edwards. When he gets hot, and he's no nonsense, no flash. He's just a simple, like 7 catches, 70 yards, and a tutty. But he can blow up as well. He's rostered in 49% of leagues. He's a guy I want to target if I need a wide receiver. If I lost Jamar Chase for sure, like definitely, or a Michael Pittman situation. Again, he's rostered in 49% of leagues. He's definitely out there. Go take a look. He's number 1 on my list. Justin, do you have anything to add about that?
I agree. That was the first one that I added to any of my lists here. Most of the leagues that I have already roster him, unfortunately, but Tyler Boyd, just take a look. With Jamar Chase definitely missing this week, maybe Michael Pittman misses this week. Tyler Boyd is definitely somebody that should be targeted this week.
Now, I have a question for you. I want to dive deep a little bit into Tyler Boyd. Let's say you have a Brandon Cooks or you have someone of that nature, that Tyler Boyd range. How comfortable are you starting him over players like a Brandon Cooks or Chris Godwin, who's doing very poorly right now? Not really in the, it's a Mike Evans show over there. Tyler Boyd only had 2 catches for 53 yards against Minnesota. The week before, 2 catches. I understand Chase was there, but are we going to see an uptick? Are we going to see this huge blow up from Tyler Boyd? Probably not, but he's going to get the targets because Chase is gone. So are you, what I'm trying to ask you, are you going to ride the hot hands with Cooks, who's been doing well, or Godwin, who's a known veteran, or are we rolling with Tyler Boyd over those guys?
Well, Cooks has been falling the last couple of weeks because the Cowboys have been falling the last couple of weeks, so that doesn't look good for him. I'm already benching Cooks, if not dropping him I wouldn't drop him, but I would have him on the bench. Godwin is getting the hot hand. I would probably continue to play Godwin just because of how well Baker is playing right now, which leaves me with Boyd. If I'm shut up, if I have to choose between Boyd and Cooks, I'm going to take Boyd. Just because of that volume share, he's going to be getting those reps that Jamar Chase would normally be getting. Who knows? Is T. Higgins actually back, or is
she look back?
Do we have flashes in the pan? That then comes down to who else are they going to throw it to? Who is Browning going to actually throw the ball to other than Higgins?
So they're at Pittsburgh on a Saturday game, the 23rd, 4:30. So Pittsburgh's not really great right now. They always play each other close, though, so I definitely keep monitoring that. Tough game. Next guy on our list. Well, actually, let's get to this question before we get to the next guy. What's the chance that Zeke is the lead back again this week, or is Stevenson coming back? Man, if I had a magic ball, 8-ball, I would tell you, because Ramondre is sinking. If you probably haven't listened to this show since the beginning, since day one, or even since the preseason, but you got to understand, I ranked this guy in the top 5 of running backs. I was the highest on Ramondre over anyone else in the world, period. And he is crushing me in the playoffs. I am watching the reports. I need him back. But if the Patriots are out of it and the Patriots are just tanking and they're trying to, Belichick's not tanking. He wants the record. He wants to get more wins. He has an incentive to try to win, right? Belichick does. So maybe they do bring Ramondre back. Maybe they do, bring him back to try to win these games to save Bill's job, which I don't think is going to happen. But the chances are Zeke is going to be the most likely the lead back, especially coming off of an injury like Ramondre's. I would lean more towards Zeke in the situation because he's been getting the job done. That's just a fact. He's been doing okay. Man, come back, Ramondre. Please. Please.
Sleeper currently has Ezekiel Elliott as the RB1, followed by Jermichael Hasty with Ramondre at RB3. Please. That doesn't mean a guarantee, but
killing me.
Why have Ramondre come back at this? I mean, again, Bill Belichick's gone, so what's it matter to him? But
I need him.
Well, we have always said teams don't care about your roster, so
I need him.
Sorry.
Zeke's been catching the ball a lot. That's something you guys have to understand. He had 5 catches last week, 7 the week before, 4 the week before that. He's also getting a lot of work on the ground. Zeke has been a monster since returning. Last week, only 9.6 against Kansas City. That's understandable, but 27 the week before, 13.2 before that. I'm okay with riding Zeke. I'll just say that. I'm okay with riding Zeke.
Okay.
but monitor the situation. Unfortunately,
Who do you want to talk about next?
you know what? Let's go down the list. Tajay Spears. He's a must add. Tell me why you put this on here. Tell me why. We've been talking about this guy for at least 10 weeks now.
45%. That's the thing. Still only 45%. Derrick Henry only has like a couple more rushing attempts than Tajay Spears. Henry also had the worst game of his entire career. I think getting 12 rushing yards on like 14 attempts. It was really bad. I think it was actually worse than that. He had 16 attempts with 9 rushing yards. The Titans are officially out of the playoffs. Why should Derrick Henry play anymore? He's going into his free agency year. Why risk getting hurt the final 3 games of the season and then ruin your chance at playing ever again? He's already talked about maybe retirement, maybe, or what his plans are for the offseason. I think Henry shuts himself down. Honestly, like what is there? You might as well run Tajay out there and get more experience, get more reps with that offense. I would be picking up Tajay Spears right now.
I would be picking up Tajay Spears. I've been telling everyone to pick up Tajay Spears because he is getting the majority of the workload, the snap share. Derrick Henry is under 50% 2 weeks in a row. Going into this game against Houston, the snap shares aren't really uploaded yet on Player Profiler, but you're right, 16 carries, no yardage. We have 10 total yards total. The week before against Miami, he scored 2 freaking touchdowns. The week before that, he scores 2 freaking touchdowns. The week before that, he scores 2 freaking touchdowns. But the week I don't play against him, he does absolutely nothing. Make it make sense, people. Make it make freaking sense. But Tajay Spears is definitely on the uptick. This is more for keeper league status, I believe. Even if Tajay Spears gets in there, what are they going to do? That offense looks inept. If Ryan Tannehill's coming back, do you really want any piece of this? But yes, at the end of the day, Tajay Spears is a running back who's getting 67% of the snaps against Miami, looking like more than 60% against Houston as well. You need to roster Tajay Spears. He needs to be on your, especially if you roster Derrick Henry. I've been telling y'all this. Y'all still hold on to Jerry Jeudy. I see it. I see the numbers. Judy's numbers aren't dropping. But guess what? His passes, his opportunities are, his target share is. We're still holding on to Jerry Jeudy for some reason. So I'm going to make it make sense. That's just a player I've just named. Don't, hey, all you internet trolls, don't be coming at me with your Judy takes.
We're about to get hit hard because he had 10 points last week.
I don't need to hear your, oh, he had 10 points. Oh, get the fuck out of here. All right, who's next? We have Justice Hill, because Keaton Mitchell is out for the season. It seems like they cannot find a running back in Baltimore. It seems like for the past 4 years, they've been rolling out just guys. I mean, J.K. Dobbins gets hurt every year. Then they bring in like a speedster. He gets hurt. Then they're like, well, I guess we got Lat Murray. I guess we got Le'Veon Bell. I guess we got Deontay Foreman. And I guess now we got Justice Hill. Justice Hill played a few games earlier in the season. He can get the job done. I think any running back can get the job done there. And it looks like he's the only veteran, the only one back there that's going to get the majority of the carries. He's definitely, I would put him over Tajay Spears for sure, because he's going to get the starting work. I would almost put him above Tyler Boyd as well this week. What do you think about that?
I'm not getting Justice Hill this week.
They're playing San Fran. People are afraid. I get it.
I'm just not going to get him. I still think Gus Edwards is their lead back. He's been their lead back all season. And it's not me just riding the Gus Edwards bus, the Gus bus, but Gus had a touchdown last week on 16 carries, which was his most carries since week 8 when he scored 29 fantasy points. I think he's still the guy there. Justice Hill got 5 carries for 23 yards.
Yeah.
It's not a ton.
No.
He's not getting the volume. Nobody is getting the volume. If I'm taking a running back in Baltimore, it's still going to be Gus Edwards. I'm not going to go out and get Justice Hill just because their rookie got hurt.
It's just so scary. And you're right. It is so scary to ride with Gus because, again, he can be the guy who gets you 15 carries for 50 yards. And then you're stuck with 5 points. Whereas Justice Hill gives you that out of the backfield. When he was playing early in the season, when they didn't have the Keaton Mitchell ready, he was getting targets. He was getting about 4 targets a game from week 5 to 8. That's a pretty good stretch of targets. And that's when he was the most productive he's been all season. Still wasn't great. It still wasn't. But man, I just like Justice Hill's elusiveness over Gus Edwards. I could be 1,000% wrong. And Gus can get 20 carries, 120 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and you guys are all making fun of me. That's okay. But I am prioritizing someone like Justice Hill because on an offense that prioritizes running the ball, on an offense that they can't keep a running back healthy, and on an offense that just lost, 3 running backs this season, you kind of need all the running backs, right? I mean, I would feel like I need all the running backs on that team. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But they are running the ball a ton, as you would expect. Maybe they lean more on your boy Lamar. Maybe Lamar gets more carries. I don't know. But I would prioritize Justice Hill this week if I was missing a Ramondre and you couldn't have Zeke. If you're missing a Jacobs and you couldn't get Zamir, Justice Hill's not a terrible option. Not terrible. I know you're laughing, but I know you love Gus Edwards. I know.
I'm just looking at facts, and the facts are Gus Edwards is the guy there.
And I'm looking at team run plays per game. They're second. They average 32 run plays a game. And I'm looking at, hey, they're not all going to go to Gus. That's what I'm looking at. We're looking at waivers here.
When they get to the goal line, even when Keaton Mitchell was there, even when JK was healthy for 5 minutes, Gus gets the goal line carries.
He does.
That's what matters in fantasy football, is who's getting those goal line carries.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. Follow on X and Instagram at OUSFFPOD. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.